I bought another toy this week, and it's not the one you see behind me. The unfortunate thing is I have to go on another road trip, and I have to hope my wife is going to come along with me. The last one wasn't so successful. Let's see if this one's going to be a little bit better. Come along with us. Hey everyone, my name is Craig from Flying Wheels. Welcome to my Flying Wheels YouTube channel. I buy and flip toys. Anything that makes me smile, cars, boats, motorcycles. If it puts a smile on my face, I'm into it. I also love the adventure of buying and flipping. I love the road trip. So you might have seen my last boat road trip. That was an absolute nightmare. Here's a recap of what that was all about. Not running. So far, day one of boat ownership. Can't get the boat running. The fender right here cut into the tread of...
Right now.
I need some shut-eye. But we don't have blankets or pillows. Well, I like to say that life is about the journey, not just the destination. So yes, I made a mistake of buying a boat, but it was an absolute blast with just my wife and I. It made for a great story and memories that are gonna last forever. Just recently, this boat, my wife and I took the kids across the Atlantic Ocean from Cape Cod all the way over to Martha's Vineyard. Day 2, headed to Martha's Vineyard. We got caught in the fog. Halfway there, I had to use nothing but my compass. So this is crazy. The fog rolled in and we can't see anything at all. So we have to rely on good old faithful Mr. Ritchie compass here. That doesn't look good. We are fully immersed in the fog right now. So we came from way back there where you can't see land anymore to a couple kids asleep. Long boat trip to Martha's Vineyard. We've made it. Arrived to Martha's Vineyard. And this boat full of college girls just did it way better than I did and made me look like a chump. Well, today isn't about boats. Today isn't about water. Today is about a new toy I just picked up. I have to convince my wife today to drive to Rhode Island with me to go pick up a Polaris Sling Shot. Kind of a motorcycle, kind of a car. I've never actually owned one before, but I know for a fact she's not too happy about our last road trip to Florida to go pick up the boat. So I have to hope that she doesn't mind taking a 3-hour trip to Rhode Island to pick up a car for me. 3 hours there, 3 hours back. So I can have this thing shipped to my door for like $400. So yes, I could do that. Yes, that's the smart decision to make, but why do that? It's Sunday, it's a nice day. I don't mind going for a cruise. We have some time to kill. Plus, life is about the journey, not the destination. Yeah, I can go bring a trailer down, but wouldn't it be more fun to take a little go-kart home for 3 hours on the highway? Probably not. Maybe I should rethink this. We'll see how she feels about it this time. Let's go ask her. So let's see if I can get her to go on another road trip with me. Hey, Tara. I need to go on another road trip. Will you go with me?
Don't you want? Depends where.
It's not in Florida this time. So now that we have the boat and we're back home, what's your opinions on it?
Going on another trip?
Yeah. Would you do it again in hindsight?
I'd do it again.
You do it again?
2 hours later.
So I did it again. I convinced my partner in crime to take a road trip, but not just the two of us this time. We got our third wheel behind us. Ironically, speaking of third wheel, we bought a 3-wheeled vehicle. Is it a motorcycle? Is it a car? I really have no idea. But we're on our way to Rhode Island right now to go pick up a Polaris Sling Shot that I bought on a dealer-only auction. I got a great deal on it. I paid like 15 grand and change for it, and I think that's a pretty good deal. I'm not really sure. No matter what, I get to have some fun with it until I sell it. Now, all the reviews I read said it's not really that much fun on the highway. It's more meant for curvy roads. So yes, I could have taken my truck and trailered this thing home, but where's the fun in that? We get to take a family road trip once again, and after our experience with the boat, I'm surprised you agreed to this so easily.
I thought it was in Newport, Rhode Island.
Well, Providence, look how beautiful it is. So one of the cool things about our road trip is I bought this car from Tasca Ford. Tasca Ford is a Ford dealership, but they also, what's the word I'm looking for? Expertise?
They also specialize?
They also specialize in Ford racing development. They build Ford race cars. Read us the 2014 Polaris Sling Shot specs.
Her weight is 1,743 pounds, a 2.4 liter familiar piece from the Pontiac Solstice and the Saturn Sky. But base versions come in only one color, titanium metallic. Here it makes 173 horsepower and 166 pound-feet of torque. The steel space frame chassis comes to an abrupt...
Chassis?
Chassis? Is that what it is?
Chassis.
Chassis.
How do you spell it?
C-H-A-S-S-I-S.
Chassis.
What did I say?
Chassis.
Chassis. Oh, I've never heard that word. Okay. Space frame chassis
Chassis.
comes to an abrupt end, sprouting a gigantic swing arm that rides on a coilover.
Look at that. Well, this is the truck center. And he pulled it out for us. There it is. That does not look like something I want to drive back home 2 hours on the highway. Great. What did I get myself into? It's filthy. Signed by Carol Shelby.
Is that a real signature?
Yeah, don't touch it. Don't touch it.
That's a real signature?
Yeah, look at these down vents. So the radiator's right there, and all the air comes in and then down into the radiator to cool it off.
There's a millionaire in this car park.
Must. So what you just told me was they've only made 17 of these.
No, wait a minute. They made
One in yellow.
35 of this. This is number 17. I think this is number 17 of 35, and it's only the black, yellow, and red. So the task is both that. It's an
And what is it aside from just a GT350?
It's not street legal. It's fast.
Oh, it's not street legal?
No, it's not street legal.
Really?
No, Ty, you can't drive that on the street.
Wow.
It's crazy though. But I love this one.
And this is a 65.
I think that's a 65.
Bob Tasca, the owner? Senior?
David
Tasca, the owner.
Yeah, this door's open if you want to look inside. Yeah.
Logan, this is an original Shelby.
That's an original Shelby. It did get repainted in 1980 or 81.
I can open it?
Charles Shelby repainted it.
Shelby
Shelby himself.
is the one that repainted this car in 1981.
Charles Shelby did it himself.
Don't touch anything, okay? Is it weird that out of all the cars here, this old 1990 Celica GT is what it catches my eye? I'm sure I'm not the only one. So here's our Slingshot. This kid's the one that bought it. He's my bird dog. He's been hunting down deals for me. He knows exactly what to look for. He knows exactly what I like. He knows exactly how to find the values. And then he brings them to my attention.
There's
So
no doors on it.
this is what I'll be driving back 2 hours on the highway.
It's weird because there's no doors.
Do you need a helmet? Do you not need a helmet? What I read was this headrest actually pushes your helmet down into your neck. So you end up riding like this when you're wearing a helmet. I actually thought they had a roll bar. I've never been up close to one. I've only seen them in videos and magazines and stuff. I thought there was a roll bar. No roll bar. Seatbelt's backwards on this. I really feel like there should be more right here. But the idea behind it was like a roadster, like Porsche had the Speedster that James Dean died in the 50s. This is supposed to be really low to the ground, like almost you can touch the ground. So it's kind of a neat feeling, and I've never been in anything like this before. Funny having the seatbelt going. I don't know the helmet rules. I just know that as uncool as this looks, me being a vegetable is a lot less uncool. So I'm gonna risk it and wear this helmet. There is a sign right here that says, this is a motorcycle, always wear a DOT certified full face helmet. So I'm gonna have to swap this out for a full face in a little bit. All right, let's start it up. How do you start it up? Oh, I don't know how to start it. Well, right off the bat, I can't figure out how to start this thing. All right, so my wife figured it out for me. We had to Google it, which is slightly embarrassing. So, to start a Polaris Slingshot, we have to put the emergency brake down, turn the ignition on. We'll hear the fuel pump kick on, and then this is a starter button. We just push the clutch in, that lights up, we tap it. We tap it, that's it. And now we hit the road. I'm gonna follow you, because we're going to the zoo. So the Polaris Slingshot has a 2.4 liter GM 4-cylinder, which was the same as a Saturn Sky. Now the Saturn Sky came with a Redline supercharged 4-cylinder, which would be amazing in this thing. I don't know how this performs. It has 176 base horsepower in a 1,700 pound car, which is a lot of power for something like this. They don't actually give you a 0 to 60 rating because it's an embarrassingly low 0 to 60 rate. It's like 4.9 seconds, which compared to a motorcycle 0 to 60 is ridiculous. In a car 0 to 60, that's a great speed. Now right off the bat, what I've noticed is this windshield is right at eye level. So I either have to duck down to see under or raise my face up to see over. And then it's like bug level is right from nose up, which is a little funny. Why wouldn't they make it higher or lower? Now, when I bought it, I didn't know which model I bought, so I'm assuming I bought the base model because there's no radio. It is a little funny. It's like driving a go-kart on the road. I'm a lot lower than a motorcycle. Cars coming by me feels a little weird too. What's your first impression? Very bumpy, very noisy. So it seems like the exhaust is right under the passenger seat because I can hear it right there. Do you have a small fry?
Not a problem.
That's it. Anything else? Cheese sticks? Anything else?
No, thank you.
All right, getting on the highway. This isn't really a highway vehicle. It's meant to maneuver around turns. What the reviews said was this would be an amazing vehicle on the tail of the Dragon. It would just be awful on the highway to get there. Third gear acceleration feels weird to have the directional on, almost like I want to put my hand out and signal with my hands. What I'm excited for is this turn rest. See, I'm already getting beeped at, and I don't think I even did anything wrong. Now, what this car is meant for are tight turns. So the on-ramp is actually what's most fun. Completely on the highway, but I want to show you my point of view. So if you look right here, the only thing I can really see is the top of this windshield. I have to duck below or raise my head above, and then it's extremely windy and it's blowing my goofy helmet off my head. Highway use is extremely scary. Maybe it's just because it's new and I'm not used to it. But going next to this tractor trailers are a little frightening. I definitely made the wrong decision with your helmet choice.
The seats are kind of comfortable.
The seats are pretty comfortable, and although I read reviews about the headrest, I haven't had any headrest problems. So I refuse to cut my quarantine hair because I'm just reaching milestones every day, and I'm kind of regretting that decision right now. It feels like pins and needles poking me in my eyes. Yeah, we get a lot of looks as we drive by people, almost like they don't know what to think of it. Aside from my long Corona COVID quarantine hair, not having a helmet on while you're riding is pretty freeing, although feels extremely dangerous and very loud. I can tuck down a little bit and have that wind just hit me right. The other things I'm noticing when I was on the highway, I want to use my rear view mirror a lot, and there's no rear view mirror because what you'll see is behind me is just this big hump, so I can't look over my shoulder and see anything. So relying on my mirrors a lot, I'm tending to lean out and look backwards. The backward seatbelt is throwing me off a little bit. I keep reaching to the wrong side to unbuckle and buckle. The other issue too is where to put my helmet. Is there trunk space? Is there no trunk space? I don't think that this is anything that opens up. All right, glad I brought the second helmet. This is a much better choice. Let's just see if I can remember this. I got the e-brake down, clutch pushed in, push the start button. What's this button right here do, Logan?
Traction control.
See what happens. So now we know that it drifts. Let's turn that traction control button back on.
first flaw, and it is that it is freaking freezing in here. Once it hits below 70 degrees, it's cold, especially once the wind gets going. So one thing that I have noticed is people really like this thing. It gets a lot of attention from girls and guys alike. You get a lot of thumbs up from the guys, a lot of waves and smiles from the ladies. A girl even took a picture of you, right? I think it was of you. So in total, it's not so much motorcycle as more of a really strange sports car, a really budget-friendly supercar almost. I mean, an Areil Atom is something similar to this, but it's 4 wheels on the ground, and it's triple the price or more. And
so that's it for now. Here's my Polaris Sling Shot. I'll give you a quick walk around of it. It has been an absolute blast for the day that I drove it, even driving it on the highway, even driving it at night. It was still a good time. It handled unbelievable. So I'm gonna keep it for the next few days and give a really good review. I wanna know, first of all, will this thing do burnouts? Will it do donuts? Will it drift? How's it handle on back roads, not just on highway? So I'm gonna keep it for an entire week and really give it a solid review. Is this thing a dud? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it cool? Is it worth the money? I don't know, but I'm gonna figure it out. So that's the next video, so make sure to stay tuned. Guys, thanks for watching always. I appreciate all the support. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Adios.